All right, guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind today. Today we're breaking a bit from tradition. I've had a lot of overwhelming comments regarding XRP. Hello, and if you're new here, I'm Roland. I'm the leading GAN scientific and analytical researcher. I do forecasting of stocks, commodities, and cryptocurrencies, anything with a starting or an ending. I don't do astrology of human lives because the findings are too scary for me. Let's go take a look at financial astrology. Today we're going to be talking about XRP. This is our sine wave. I've put a Fibonacci sequence on here and it runs all the way up to our major top. This is in fact our sine wave. You can see that at the halfway point here, that's right, we sat on the 50% level. We've never crossed this point here. Are we going to see that in the future? I don't know. Let's go take a look. Get cozy, settle in. Let's go take a look at how many days it took us to do this. Well, really 315, but 308 to 315 days. Okay, that's interesting. We're going to go take a look at that on the square 9 now because we're going to make some mathematical determinations here, and this is how we're able to forecast so well into the future. I've aligned this to XRP, and we're going to take a look at it. Right now, this current bottom right here is right now at half a cent, and we popped up and I think we made about a full cent here. From that 1 cent, we leaped all the way up, and the price of XRP followed all the way around until it came all the way up and made a 135-degree top, and the price was $3.19 right here. And this whole time period again, from here, took 308 to 315 days to make that top price. So price and time were square, and square here. It's really interesting that we can forecast and find where the next tops and bottoms are. We're going to go take a look at your questions right now, and then we're going to dive really deep into this. So it's about to get really deep. Let's get going. These are my top 10 questions that I get from the XRP community, and we're just going to talk about them right now. I've color coordinated them so that we can easily look back and look at them and make sense of what we're trying to achieve. First big question is, when is the next top? That's an interesting question. Next question was, when will it stop going sideways or down and stop and make bottom? All right, that's a really interesting and valid question too. In forecasting, we want to know all this stuff. The third and most important question, pretty much these are almost equal in the amplitude of the questions that I received, which was many, lots. How high will the price go? All right. Well, let's go take a look. So, when will the next tops be for 2024? Well, I'm stating that we'll probably come in July 29th, 2024. We could see the first major top. And we're going to go take a look at all this. The next and the last one in the sequence that I think would be, that I want to give you would be this major August 10th top. Mars will be square with Jupiter. I expect a huge top there. Okay. Next, we were looking at, well, when will it stop going down? When will it stop, moving sideways and make a bottom? Well, interesting. I have a few scenarios that I wanted to point out, and I've even put some mock price levels just to see. So I think that February 26, 2024, we will start to experience a sequence of bottoms and retest the 41 level. It's possible and likely that in March we stick around this 40 level around St. Patty's Day, and we maybe have a little bounce up, and then by April, this 15th to 18th, after we get a little preliminary top, I expect us. Maybe we might move back down to 30 or this 40 level. We could stay in this area. And just because I state that in May, the 13th to the 19th here, that we can make it to 27 cents doesn't necessarily mean that we will, or 17, or 10 for that matter. However, we're looking at these time frames and we're going to look at them all together, just as we're going to look at our tops and look for them. All right. Third, how high will it go? Well, again, that's a super interesting question, and we're going to look into this. My projections for August 10th, 2024 for XRP, we will be at and retesting the 93-cent level. We may experience some rejection. However, I'm expecting that by November 28th, we could be at 180 or $1.80 and the $2 level and be knocking on those old tops. All right, guys, let's make this a little smaller and let's go take a look at the chart and let's go take a look at my findings and let's just see what's going on. And I'll show you some interesting things with the square of 9 with this. All right, let's do that. Okay, so in comparing market cycles and forecasting, we're always looking for reoccurring scenarios. Well, we're always looking for our tops and bottoms and where fast moves can occur and where we can experience a resetting. So, looking at that, we always want to look at the past. The past, as Mr. Gann stated, is a repetition of the future, and this is what the Bible states. Mr. Gann said that the most important book that was ever written is the Bible. It forecasts all cycles of everything. Mr. Gann wrote many books and courses. I own pretty much every single one. All right, guys. We're looking at what we can see. So let's just go take a look at what we can see moving ahead using our handy dandy measuring tool. And I found an anomaly that I think we should take a look at. Okay, let's go do that. Starting with our bottom here, I noted that after around 1,200 days, the market made a turnaround and made a change. All right. So, where would this 1,200 days be? Well, that's really interesting. Well, let's go take a look back and let's see where that 1,200 days would be. So 1,200 days would take us back to this area here. And we were starting to experience a bottom and a change in trend. And we had our top right here, where XRP had a rollover. So looking at that, we can say at 1,160, to 1170 and all the way up to this 1200. And all this whole period here from 1106, we could expect a change in trend. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, let's go take a look from this major bottom here and let's look forward and see what this 11 and 1200 would look like. So this 1100, we've had this higher area or a bottoming area. And this is a very critical area right now. And notice that our 1200 came in on our next cycle top here from this. And we have not got above that yet. So this is indicative of a movement down. We're going to be talking about those too. Let's go take a look at our tops and see what we could see moving forward. So from our fast move now and our bottom, just one more time, right? We're looking for this 11 and 1200 days. And my count was 1200. And then that's where our fast moves start to begin. So that's really interesting. Mr. Gann was super interested in fast moves because that's where all the money's made. All right. Let's go take a look at our major top here. And let's just take our handy dandy tool and let's go see where the next top will be after 1200 days. Oh, what do you know? It's right there. Okay, well, that's interesting. Let's go see what we can see from maybe some other 1200. Okay. Oh, that thing's going to show up now. So 1200, we're having what appears to be from that top right on time, another top. So it's pretty obvious now that you guys can see there's a 1200-day cycle. And this low would be this one before this fast move up to this here. I hope you're enjoying this. Don't like and subscribe until you've really got some benefit out of this. Let's go take a look further and just see what we can find if we were to take now our determinations from, say, these lows and these tops, and not wasting your time and mine. You can go over all these tops and bottoms with your 1200 count. But let's first go have a look at this one. So we're saying that it's possible and likely that around a 1200 level we could experience another top or bottom. And from that bottom, it was right in here before another little fast move up, which would have been this section right here, going up like that. That's pretty interesting. Okay, well, let's go take a look at our top here, and let's go forecast ahead, and let's maybe see where 1200 days is going to lie, and if it's going to forecast a top for us, or what we could expect to see around that date. Oh, do you know what? I've got to get this thing out of the way here. 1 second while we don't really need this right now, so we can just make this a little smaller. Keep that in the background. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so we were stating, what could we see here? Well, 1200 days into the future, I could expect July 29th. And in that, I was stating that would be one of our tops, as I've indicated right here. And then August 10th is the next sequence for a top. let's go take a look at that. So from there, I was wondering whether or not it would last this long out to here before a fast move down. So our 1200 day count is there. And it represents this August 26th area. Well, I put the 10th on this piece of paper here, but right around there, guys. That's your next sequence of tops. And these carry on, of course, and these catch later on in the year. And as you can see from my writings here, I forecast all these. So my next big question from you guys was, well, when will it stop going down and sideways and make a bottom? Well, let's go take a look now. I've said this February 26th area, April 15th to the 18th, and May, 13th to the 19th there. And I put some price levels. Let's just first go take a look at the time periods, because time is more important than price. Matter of fact, I'm going to keep that small and bring it to this side so we can see the days. So from there, we were just stating, where could we in fact see some bottoming periods? Well, again, looking from these areas here and these areas here, we know that before we have these tops, we're going to have these pullbacks. So from our first one here, where's our 1200? Right there. Just before it has another sequence up. Okay, so from our next one, this is the starting of our fast moves, and so a whole bunch of crazy moves here. So let's just pay attention to this. So at 1200 here, well, we're saying February 19th. And in my report here that I've done, I've stated that, that's the February the 26th. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's what it is. I'm going to make this smaller again. Let's go take a look, and let's get our counter again, and let's go take a look. So the next major place where we could expect another bottom on our 1200 day counts. Let's go take a look, guys. All right. Right there, April 15th. So I'm saying from, I think it was the 15th to the 19th or something. 15th to the 18th. I'm saying that we could have that occur as well, bottom in that area. And that seems to be in line with our sequential counts. So that being said, those are our bottoms. And of course, we can go in and find these before, they make another bottom at 1200 here. And that, of course, goes into June. And I said the last one was May. So, it's right in here. That May one. So let's go take a look at that. See if that's right there. And that would be, a really sensible place for a snap rally, right? In that May area. So be really careful. We're going to have a lot of volatility, and then again, another snap move, right? And it's going to be followed by looking like a dead cat bounce a bit, right? Before we get into our sequences for our highs into the summer, which I've been talking about. And we're going to go take a look at those next as well, right? Oops, sorry. Let's take a look at this now. Make that a little bigger so we can see what I'm talking about. All right, so the end of the year. People will say, how high will it go? That's a really good question. How high will the prices go? Well, my determinations are for August 10th, we'll be knocking on 93 cents, our old top. And then by November, December, we'll be at $1.80 to $2 on November 28th. Okay, well, let's just collapse this a little. Let's go take a look at what we're talking about, just so looking at our chart now, running a trend line now, losing this area is extreme weakness. However, we managed to stay right here. So we did vibrate back to our trend line. And we have been doing this quite a few times. Now, these are all parallel trend lines. This is a trajectory. This does not necessarily mean that's exactly where the price will be, but it gives us a good indication and a good idea as to prices and the height and velocity that we can expect. And when I was talking to you earlier about our August 10th top at, say, 93 cents, I was stating that, this old top right here, it's really likely that inside the center of this channel here, we're going to revisit that area. And that by the end of the year, by this, saying November 28th, it doesn't have to be. I'm saying we'll be back up at this area here, and possibly this 180 to $2 area right here will be right up in here. So, yeah. So $1.40 for sure. And here's our Fibonacci sequence, right? We've been running this down, right, from our all-time high here. Right? We've connected it, so we're going to be revisiting and sitting on this area. And once we do that, we're going to be really taking off. Now, our bottoms, I was saying in here that, I'm a bad news bearer sometimes, guys. We're going to, we have to face the facts, Sure, we're in an uptrend right now, but we're starting to really test this area. And I think it's really important that we look at that because, honestly, this market is really volatile. I just want to make this bigger so that we can see it a little better. And looking at this now, we're experiencing a lot of weakness from our 93. Let's go take a look at our chart and let's go see what the square of nine's been saying about this. Okay, so right now we're vibrating at 51 right now. That's the price right now. It's 51. Okay, and our highest price is square to this, a 90-degree angle at 90 to 3. You see that? Right there, guys. And now all our top level numbers are vibrating in this quadrant, right? And on this 45-degree, remember now, these are the 8 octaves of the year. And this is where we're vibrating right now. Okay, and we came off of our 10. That's how it works. These numbers seek these sequences because they vibrate from where they started, right? Back to square one. This is the square of 9. I teach this esoteric material. This is how we're able to find these tops and bottoms, So what are we stating? Well, we were stating, before we move on, that we can see these bottoms at 40, 30, and possibly 27, and we could see 17 and 10. Not that I'm saying it will happen, but it seems logical and sensible. We're going to be pushing on this 40 before getting any traction, and we could certainly revisit 30, no problem. like no problem. And you can see that on the square here, there's 27. And you can see that 32 resonates with 93. So let's just pay attention to that. So these levels are where we can vibrate to. So from here, what am I expecting? Well, this 37 is on the opposite side, and same with 40 right now. This is, that's a level that's 180 degrees from there. And it looks like we might just bounce off of that. Doesn't mean we have to, but this tool is very precise and very sharp. And, you know, let's go look at some other indicators. It's just not just our forecasting tool, but sure, let's, oh, look at that. You know what? Lower tops. Look at the sellers are starting to step in. It's starting to get steep. We haven't had a turnaround here. Look at our RSI, right? Lower tops, still trending down. Does that mean it's necessarily going down? Well, not necessarily, but it is making a trajectory in this way. And we're starting to see the evidence of this as well here. And the price is as well. It's revisiting this area right now, right? We're revisiting these areas. There's this 40 area. We're revisiting all these areas, and it's likely impossible. We can come back and we can sit on 40. 40's on this side. And it looks like we're about to revisit that right now. And not to forget this 70, this 75 and 77 cents right here. It's right here, right on our square, right? It's resonating these prices. It's opposite our 93, our old top. You see this, guys? I have to show you this stuff because this is how powerful this tool is. I teach you every aspect of this on my online courses. And if you buy this tool as a short booklet, has a quick synopsis on how to make these determinations. And you can see, right? There we are, 75. Right? There's 75. There's our old top right there. And it's in line with our 93 right here, right? 180 degrees, right? Okay. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this today. This is my outcome for XRP. I get a lot of questions. These have been my major questions. I appreciate you. I'm really grateful. Thank you very much for your questions. And no, I don't think there's any dumb questions. Any question that you've had, I've had the very same questions and many more. So hit me up. Peace and love.